Here's how to remove the window cranks from a 1960s Ford car. It might work with other years as well. I'll put a link in the description to where you can get a removal tool and also some extra knobs for a lot of different cars. It is a little bit tricky, so watch through this video to learn exactly how to get the tool to work on an old Ford.
So the crank removal tool has this ridge on it, so it's curved so as to protect your upholstery. But the problem with that is that the Ford window crank pin is flush against the window crank, so this moves it out so that you can't get to the pins. So the solution for a lot of problems is get a big hammer and just pound it flat so that the tool is flat, and that way it'll be able to squeeze under there and it won't get moved away from the pin. Then I'm going to use a little bit of paper, just typing paper folded over, to protect our upholstery. There is a plastic ring here, a backing ring, that is probably pretty crusty if your car is this old. So what you want to do is go between the plastic ring washer and the window crank. So this paper will also help guide the tool through. And keep it on the right side of the plastic. If you're on the wrong side of the plastic, you won't be able to get the crank off. Then old flat Stanley window removal tool goes under here. Ho ho ho! So easy, and yet so impossible. So you see how tight that pin is up against the side? And you see that plastic gasket. So you want to be between the gasket and the window crank. And then here's a dramatic reenactment. And then you pound your tool flat with a hammer, and then that's how you push the clip out. Now the new knob is just pressure fit onto this. So it's basically a hole, and you have to crunch it in there, and then it just stays on forever. So we're going to put it in a vise with the knob side protected and just pop it in there. Now on this Ford Falcon window, it's a little bit recessed here. So if you use the vise, it's going to be a little bit loose. So what I'm doing is I'm going to Gorilla Tape a nut in here when I put it in the vise. That way it's flush and I can really fine tune how much play I want to have in it. All right, so now we just apply gentle pressure. So we want to test for wiggle and just crank it down until it's firm, but it'll still turn. See, that's a little loose, so just fine tune it to where you want it, and then you're good. And putting it back on is super easy. You just pop that pin back into place like that, so it's locked into place, and then it's just going to pressure fit on. Your challenge is which way do you want the handle to face. In my case, because the window unrolls itself from bouncing roads, I'm going to put it on this way so that if gravity's working on it, it's rolling the window up. So plastic gasket goes on, and you just slide it over the cranker and press. There you go.